Hey everybody, I am so happy that you are here. It's a little chilly out today, so we decided to make a nice little fire. And when I saw that fire, it reminded me of something that I love to have, maybe sitting outside around a fire pit, talking with family, or making s'mores, or even when it's on inside, maybe just sitting near and curling up with a nice warm blanket or reading a story could be something that you like as well. And then it reminded me of a story that I wanted to read with you because we each are unique and we each like different things. Maybe we like the same thing and that's okay too. And this story right here is called What I Like Most, and it's written by Mary Murphy and illustrated by Zhu Changling. And I can't wait to share it with you. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you can keep coming back on these fun adventures, reading stories, going different places, making new things, tasting new things. Life is an adventure, so what better way to share it but doing it together? So thank you for coming along. And don't forget to support the author. Maybe go to your local library, maybe your school library, purchase online, or maybe you have a local bookstore. And you can look for this book and add to it. Write down the things that you like, and you'll find maybe over time it changes. Maybe those things that you like turned out to be things that you love that turned into hobbies. And maybe in the future or right now, it could be exactly what you were made to do and become your next role or job in life, and helping other people. Maybe you'll be a nurse or a doctor. All kinds of opportunities all around you. And it can start as simply as finding something it is that you like. Baking, painting, knitting, soccer, all kinds of things. So I can't wait to see what it is that you like and what you find to be your hobby or your next career. You never know. So it can all start with that. So write it down. That would be a fun way to journal and keep track of it. And when you're older, you get to look back and go, oh yeah, I remember when I used to do that. Or, hey, I tried that. That didn't work out. But at least you tried it. And that I'm proud of you for, because sometimes it's not easy just to start something and try something out new, because maybe you're afraid to fail, or maybe you're afraid that it just isn't going to go good and you're worried about what other people think. Yeah, we got to all work on that, right? Me too. But here we go. Let's get started on our next story called What I Like Most. I do like a good fire though. It's getting kind of warm actually. What I like most in the world is my window. This morning, through my window, I see the mailman at the red gate. I see a blackbird in my tree. And when I breathe on the glass, I can make drawings that quickly disappear. My window won't change, but the things outside will. That's true, right? Where I live, we have different seasons: spring, summer, fall, or autumn, and winter. So things do change just even with the trees for me. But yeah, different people come and go. Maybe you get deliveries, family come, friends come, holidays come. Yeah, there's so much that can change. Flowers, animals, maybe you see squirrels, maybe bears or deer. What kind of animals do you see outside your window? Some people will leave the street. Some new people will come. The trees will grow, and so will the children, including me. Here at my window, I can imagine it all. This window is what I like most in the world. Actually, now that I think about it, that is really interesting, because it depends on where you live, right? Do you live in a city that's so busy with different cars and trucks and people walking and businesses, food stores, all kinds of things? Or do you live out more in a country area where you get to see farms and maybe tractors and different animals? That's a good question. So a window can be quite the opportunity to see different things. Except for apricot jam. My grandmother makes it in a huge copper pot, and her house smells of apricots for hours. She gives everyone a jar, and when our jar is nearly empty, I put only a tiny bit on my toast to make the jam last. Apricot jam or apricot, yeah, there's different ways to say it, is what I like most in the world. Now, I do like to put some jams on my toast or jellies. What's your favorite? I don't know if I've actually had this kind before, but it makes me think maybe I'd like to try it. Might become one of my new favorites. See, I have to be willing to try it. Except for these shoes. They have lights that flash to show where I'm going. I can walk and run and jump in them. My feet do a tiny bounce with every step. One day the shoes will wear out, or my feet will grow too big for them. Right now, they are what I like most in the world. Do you have shoes that were like that? I don't have shoes that light up, but I do have certain shoes that I really do like to stay with. And because when I look at them, for me, it brings back some fun times of where I went, and I remember wearing them. And it's so funny how we can get attached to certain things, right? But a good, comfortable shoe definitely can make a big difference for how you feel if you have to go somewhere and you're going to be walking around for a long time, like maybe going to the mall or going outside to walk in the park. Having a good pair of shoes can make a difference. Don't want to miss a page. Oh, except for the river. Trees grow all along the river. Fish and ducks live in it, and once I saw an otter. Today, the river is shiny as a mirror. We sit on the big rock. That is like an island. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, so cool. They're walking along like a log that must have fallen, and they could get into this big rock and take a seat and watch all the things that are happening in the water around them. Oh, it's like a swan, right? A swan, some ducks, and I'm sure you can see some things down in the water. I do like to go for a nice walk, and I love being near water, so I kind of like this one too. You see? All these things. In winter, the river is huge and races along, and in summer, it is shallow, and we can splash right across it. The river changes, but it's always the river. That is why I like it most in the world. Looks like fun to me. Oh, except for this pencil. It is red outside and red inside. Its color comes out like a red ribbon. When you sharpen it, the point gets small and fine, and the pencil gets shorter. Someday it will be all used up, and it will disappear. It is what I like the most in the world. Do you like being creative? I love a good notebook and a nice pen, and it makes me feel like I can write stories, or I can draw things or make lists. It just makes me very happy, and I like to do those things. And I've never written, well, I can't say that. I have written a few stories with my kids when they were little. Maybe I'll go back to that, because I do remember that time, and I did really enjoy it. Oh, except for fries. When I smell them cooking, I get to the table before they do. I like them best when they're almost too hot. I dip every fry in the middle of my egg. And when the egg is finished, I dip my fries in ketchup. Soon my plate is empty. Fries are what I like most in the world. I do like a good French fry. What kind of food do you like? Now, I like pizza. I like some good noodles. I like a ramen. Oh my, don't make me start thinking about that. But do you like any of those things, or do you have different things that you like the most? Except for this book. It has a story about someone quite like me. I know it by heart, but I still want to hear it again. I can say it in my head and see the pictures. It is a funny book. It's interesting. Maybe I won't want to read it every day when I am bigger, but for now, it is what I like most in the world. And you know, I like it because it's bringing up a lot of things that maybe I really haven't thought about in a while, and just talking about things that I like or things that I used to like make me have some really good memories or make me want to try new things. But most of all, realizing that we are probably more the same than we are different, and that's okay. And even if some of these things weren't the things that you like or you've ever even tried, that's okay too, because maybe you might want to after hearing this story. Oh, except for this teddy. When I got him, he was the same size as me. Now I'm bigger than him. He comes everywhere with me. He sleeps with me. He's a good friend, and I will always have him. He is what I like most in the world. Now, I like a good teddy bear. In fact, I have 2 that sit on my bed. And they've been with me for a long time as well. Oh, except for you. You have been here since I was born. You look after me. Mostly we have good times. Even when we are upset with each other, we belong together. And even though you change and I change, do you see who she's talking about? You are what I like the very, very most in the world. Do you have a very special someone too? Your family, maybe your friends, your cousins, someone that a trusted adult maybe. You have a favorite teacher or someone from your church, maybe a leader there that helps you. We all have someone that we like to spend some time with. And like we said, sometimes those things change over time, especially friends at school as you get older and you graduate and classrooms change, but you always have those good memories, right? And I hope that this story reminds you that you can give someone a real big hug and help make their day even better, or maybe you need a hug and maybe you can have that talk with your special person to get that big hug in. And don't forget, squeeze really hard, make a good memory, make time to appreciate all those around you that you have in your life, and let them know that they matter to you. Well, thank you for stopping by. In fall and autumn is one of my favorites for sure. And then spring. And then maybe, I don't know, summer or winter. See, it's making us think about it. Well, thank you for stopping by and taking some time with me to hear this story. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it inspired you to think about some of those things that you used to like or that you want to try. And whatever it is, I'm just happy that we had some time together. Look at this fire. Ooh, I wish you could feel it. It's getting really warm and it's really hot. If only I had a marshmallow. Maybe I'll roast one. All right, I'll see you again real soon. And don't forget to come back again. Bye.